Yeah, she's fast. Although both our games, I thought our games were both very different. I mean, Geelong came out and played a slightly different style to what Freo brought in the second game. Freo had a lot of speed on the field, and the guys seemed to be coming off huffing and puffing a fair bit in that second game. But no, it's good. It's an exciting game. Good challenge. Our guys will learn a lot, I think, from even though we didn't get up and win a game out of the two. I thought they played some really good footy throughout.
So do you learn more out of that than you would out of the third pre-season game, or how do you measure?
It's hard to say. I mean, we're playing 10 players in that rather than, say, 24. So we're not getting to look at as many players. There's not as much of our game plan in a game like that. The game's a lot faster. There's a lot of transition back and forth. So there's some positives to come out of that, because what it does is teach our guys about transition football, like the speed you need to go from one phase of the game to the other. So there are a lot of positives to come out that our young group will get. I don't think you compare it to a 18v18 game though.
Is the gut feel though that it's still a worthwhile thing to try for a little while?
Yeah, look, from a coaching point of view, I think it's a great concept. I think the players enjoyed it. You don't have to ask Dan, but the players looked like they enjoyed it. And speaking after the first game, they were keen to get back into it again. Having the break's interesting, but probably best he answers some of those questions. But from a coaching point of view, I don't have any issues with our guys getting out there and battling it out. The fact that 6 teams are here is interesting for fans, and I think it's a reasonably good concept.
Dan, was it worthwhile? Did you learn much from it? Get much out of it?
Yeah, I mean, we were obviously knackered after the first game, and we were very new to it. And I think after the first quarter, Geelong brought a completely different style that we've trained and even thought about. So we had to try and adjust to that, and it did take us a while. And then, everyone was talking about it during the break. How do we go about this sort of style and that sort of style? And it's a good way to think about the game, and a good way to try and change the way you play and adjust to coaches' messages.
As a coach, you might learn more out of that another trial game, because I guess the young kids are getting exposed, getting more of the footy, and they might get lost in the numbers of the weight of numbers of the third trial game. Is that married with what you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, there's different things to come out of it, because the pressure in a game like that is well and truly up on. I'd probably say up on a JLT game. Good crowd in. There's no hiding out there. In a 7v7 game, you're not just going to hide in a back pocket. You're always in it. So we learn a lot about the guys and about what they're going to bring when the pressure comes. And you don't often get to do that. We train all pre-season where we're trying to simulate that. We're trying to get pressure in, but it's not the same, unless you've got a crowd around the boundary line or the bright lights are on, we call it. So from our point of view, it's a great coaching tool. I'm not going to compare it to an 18v18 game. I look forward to next Saturday when we get to take on a team and go at it and play our full game plan.
First time I saw a couple of guys training
Well, in the second game, I think we only had 3 that had actually played, at the club. So we got to see some new talent. Yeah, whether it was Jack Watts, who's an experienced player in the game, or whether it was a Patmore who's there for his first game. So it was great. It was really good to see those guys out there, and I think they'll be better for it. It was good to have Jack being able to captain the side. Led off field. He was passionate about wanting to get the win. So it was another experience. It was a really good one for him.
And how did you find the actual footy itself? The silver has changed. Broadcasters wanted to change to the eye because it was a bit hard to pick up on TV.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit different. I didn't think it was like a normal footy, but we do play with Burleys in the sample, so it was a bit like that. If you kicked it well, it was a normal footy, and then if you didn't quite get it, it was a bit odd shaped in the air, but it was the same for everyone, so I can't complain.